Okay, so you're probably here because you're facing one of the biggest decisions of your life so far. It's this huge moment, right? Filled with pressure, a lot of excitement, and, let's be honest, a ton of questions. Let's try to navigate it together.
Yeah, this is the big one, isn't it? The question that feels like it's going to define everything that comes next. And you know what? That's a valid feeling, because in a lot of ways it really does set the initial course for your future.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of why it feels so important. It's not just about what subjects you're going to study for the next couple of years. It's about laying the foundation, the very first bricks for your entire professional life. So let's just reframe this for a second. This isn't some test that you can pass or fail. Think of it more as the first major step you get to take in actually designing your own future. And making a really thoughtful choice now can save you a whole lot of hassle down the road. And here's the practical side of it. I mean, it's not impossible to switch your path later on, but it's definitely not easy. It can mean backtracking, losing some valuable time, and having to put in a lot of extra effort just to catch up. So a well-considered decision right now just makes for a much smoother journey. So what are these paths we keep talking about? Let's actually map out the three main territories: science, commerce, and arts. Each one is like its own unique landscape, leading to very different but all equally valid destinations.
This right here gives us a great bird's eye view. You can kind of see how science often leads to those technical and research-heavy roles. Commerce, that's the world of business and finance, and arts covers this huge spectrum of creative and humanities careers. Just think of these as starting points on your own personal map. And that is the crucial question for so many people. It's awesome if you know you want to be a doctor or an engineer, but what if you don't have that specific endpoint in mind yet? How do you choose a path when you're not even sure of the destination? Well, this is where we have to shift our focus from the outside world of jobs to your internal world.
All right, this is where the real work begins. And honestly, it's the most powerful part of this whole process. We're going to use a tool called a SWOT analysis. Now, don't think of it like a test. Think of it more like building your own personal compass that's going to guide you.
So, what on earth is a SWOT analysis? It's actually a really simple framework. You look at your strengths and weaknesses. That's all about you. And then you look at opportunities and threats. That's the world around you. Now, while all four parts are useful, for this specific choice, the most powerful place to start is with that first letter, S, for strengths. You can see the whole process here. And while it's good to know your weaknesses and what's going on out there, the absolute best way to choose your path is to lead with what you're already naturally good at. So let's dive deep into step one and figure out those strengths. Okay, let's get practical. We're going to connect your personal traits, your personality, to each of these academic streams. This is all about self-reflection. So as we go through these next few slides, just be really honest with yourself. No right or wrong answers here. First up, the science stream. Does the world of logic, discovery, and figuring things out get you excited? Let's see if these characteristics sound like you. Just look at this list. Do you have this natural desire to figure out how things work? Are you just super curious about everything? Do you genuinely get a kick out of tackling a tough math problem? Or are you fascinated by biology? And this is a big one. Are you driven to use technology or medicine to solve real-world problems? If you're nodding along to these, you might just have the DNA of a science student. But hey, what if solving equations is not your thing? Maybe you're way more fascinated by the world of business, of finance, and how money flows around the world. If that's you, let's see if commerce is the right fit. Let's see if this resonates. Are you not just good with numbers, but do you actually enjoy working with them? Does the idea of running a business, thinking about strategy, management, growth, sound exciting to you? Are you curious about how money works, either for a huge company or just in your own life? This right here is the core mindset of the commerce stream. And finally, let's explore that third path. This stream is really for the communicators, the creators, and anyone who's just fascinated by the human story itself. So, is arts your calling? Consider these strengths. Are you the kind of person who gets lost in stories about history or politics or different cultures? Is your natural talent in writing or drawing or maybe just winning an argument? And are you deeply curious about why people do the things they do? If you're seeing yourself in these descriptions, the arts stream is where you can turn all that curiosity into a career. So, after all that self-reflection, let's pull back and look at the big picture again. We've looked inward at your strengths. Now let's combine that with a strategic look at what each stream actually offers in the long run. Now, what's really interesting here is the strategic landscape this reveals.
Science generally gives you the broadest range of opportunities and the most flexibility to shift gears later. Commerce is definitely more focused, a direct line into the business world. And arts, while sometimes people think it's limited, is actually the best and most direct path for some incredibly powerful careers in things like journalism, design, policy, and so much more.
And this, right here, is the most important takeaway of all. There is no single best stream. Forget prestige, forget pressure from other people, forget what anyone else says. The right choice is the one that aligns with your strengths, the one that's going to lead to your success and fulfillment. It's really that simple.
So now the question isn't, what should I choose? It's more like, what am I built for? This isn't about having the final answer this exact second. It's about starting the next chapter with a little more clarity and a lot more confidence. So, based on what you've learned about yourself today, which path will you start to explore?